Next up, we've got, as we continue along here, Michigan and Maryland. Michigan 13.5-point road favorites, 45.5 the total in this game. I mean, I'll say this again. There's no chance I'm laying it with Michigan. Michigan's not a lay 13.5 with team on the road for me. Not for me. Now, the counter argument to that is, do you want to back Maryland, which is not the easiest bet to make either. I think the best bet here is don't bet the side, quite honestly, in this game between Michigan and Maryland. But, Michigan, it continues to be the Northwestern game was a perfect example of it. We should stop making players out to be the second coming when you haven't seen it, and let's see it first before we start to proclaim that. And I think I'm there with Bryce Underwood. He's just 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes. It continues to be very choppy for him leading this Michigan offense. They're now 0-3 against the spread. Their last 3 Big Ten games, failing to cover as double-digit favorites in all 3 against Michigan State, Purdue, and Northwestern. I know Maryland's coming off a shellacking against Illinois, and they've dropped 3 in a row against the number, all double-digit losses too, but I'm not laying 13.5 with Michigan. If this hits 14, I might have to take something on Maryland. C-Mac, what do you think?
I think so too.
And Ohio State's on deck for Michigan.
Yeah, there's just like we talked about. Yeah, with Ohio State, Michigan as Ohio State. I mean, they escape again. This team's been awful. This team hasn't covered 5 out of the last 6. And with Ohio State on deck, you want to lay points with them? No way. We talked a little bit about the kind of just this little bit of a tough spot. They hung around there first half for Maryland. Illinois, it was just a good spot for Illinois there at home. But I think they play better here. This Michigan team has okay defense. This offense, I don't care for. I just don't. When we talked about a lot of the year when they were better, bam, there's our guy, War Eagle. Right as I say it, Maryland, where they were big, really good earlier in the year, was first half.
Yep.
So. And, even in the game last week, we talked about, they only got 2 field goals, but and nothing in the second half. So, yeah, I love it. I like the look there.
All right, first half, says someone in our chat, and I'm leaning Maryland. Like I said, I'd prefer to have 14 or better, and we might see that because it has been money on Michigan here early in the week.